if you believe in yourself and you follow your gut and your instincts, you're able to live with the results. But if you listen to somebody and they steer you in the wrong direction and you lose out, that's very hard to live with.
Without further ado, our friend Ice Cube joins us now, and here he is. We appreciate him coming aboard. Cube, how you doing, man?
What's up, Dan? How you feeling?
Talk to me, man. Big 3, how's it going this year so far for you, man? I mean, it's growing, right?
It's great, man. We had a great summer. We was all over culture. Everybody in sports was talking about the Big 3. And we had an epic season. Our ratings was up 26% from last year. And, can't ask for more than that. Fans love it.
Expansion. Are we looking at expansion too? People in Philly, let's go here, man. They want to get one of them Big 3 teams in here, man. I mean, what do you think? Expansion.
Hey, put a group together, man, and grab one of these teams from us, man. We love to play in Philly. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got all that big money, Spread it around, man. Put a group together.
But expansion, you're looking to grow it, right?
Yes, definitely, always. That's the objective of every league, is to continue to grow, continue to, figure out what the fans want and provide exactly what the fans want. I think is, as far as investments, this is a hockey stick. You know what I mean? It's like it's only going up. And so we feel like, hey, if we find some great people who want to own a team and can add to the league as far as, helping us grow this thing, we're all ears.
How's the tour going? I know that you're kind of like trying to match it up. I know you're going to be down to Tampa real soon too. So I got all my boys down there getting ready because I do a morning radio show down there. And I told them, I said, listen, Cube's coming to town, man. I'll tell you, my wife and I have been to your concert when you're over at Del Mar. Mm-hmm. And I bring it up to people. I go, hey, listen, man, just remember, if you go to an Ice Cube concert, man, you might hear some things in the crowd out there. You just got to remember when you go to a Cube concert, man. My wife goes like this, Cube. I got to tell you one more time. So some shots went off. My wife goes, we ain't leaving. What are you, crazy? This is Ice Cube, man. So how's the tour coming?
The tour's going along great, man. We just started in Denver, and then last night, Salt Lake City, and, celebrating 40 years in the game. We just had a party, man. It was a 2.5-hour get down, and we just, kept it rolling, had a lot of fun, went through the history, going through my history. It's 4 decades is a long time to be in the game. And so I'm proud, I think fans really walked away, with a great feeling about being an Ice Cube fan.
I'm a huge one. You know that. You tell me, Cube. How many hits did you leave? How many hits did you leave in the trunk?
Man.
With NWA, man. How many hits did you think you left in the trunk with Dre and all you guys? Do you think you guys really never fulfilled what you thought you could have been there with NWA?
Of course not. We had solo albums. I had a solo album, kind of, ready to jump in and do my solo album. And Ren, he was going to do one, all under Ruthless, all under Dre's production and Yella. And so we left, at least 3 or 4 good albums on the table.
Man, I can't imagine what that thing would have looked like if you guys had stuck together there. Your journey, what's the most poignant thing that you can tell people? Because I compare you to an athlete too. Because Cube, you got to keep persevering. People tell you you're not going to do it. You can't do it. So your journey's a lot like athletes who have to hear people say you're not good enough. Hey, listen, you don't do this right. Hey, you got to do this. What would be the one thing that you would tell people that would be the most important lesson that you learned in your journey?
You got to believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself and you follow your gut and your instincts, you're able to live with the results. But if you listen to somebody and they steer you in the wrong direction and you lose out, that's very hard to live with. That's very hard to live with. So you have to, do what you feel is best for you at the time and stand on it, believe in it, and win, lose, or draw. You know what I mean? Just be you can live with the results when it was your decision.
For you, I mean, you're not part of the club. You make that very, very known that you're not part of it. How hard has that been not being part of the club? Because if you're part of the club, it sounds to me like your yellow brick road's a little easier, and you don't have to go through a rocky road, and you don't have to go through maybe some bad off ramps on that road to getting where you want to get to. How tough has it been for you to go, no, yes, no, that's not working for me. I'm not doing that. How tough has that been for you?
It's been actually very easy. It's been easy money because, when you're part of the club, people have you do things that you don't really necessarily believe in. And since you're part of the club, you got to go along with it. But when you're your own person, when nobody can tell you what to do, when to do it, besides maybe your boss who's paying you, but I'm talking about, just, peers outside, guys that you're in some club with, could tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and you better do it. That's the harder road for somebody like me. So I love doing things my way. Can't nobody call me and tell me to do nothing I don't want to do, and I feel obligated. So that makes me sleep good at night.
I've got to ask you about this latest controversy with Jimmy Kimmel. And, my wife tells me this all the time because, Cube, I've been fired for controversial comments that I've made. I'm one of them guys that walks to the edge. I believe that last.
Me too.
Hey, Cube, you know what? Listen, man, I walked to the edge. I walked to the edge, and you know what? I've gone over the edge, and I've been fired for that stuff because we've been controversial. We've been known for that. And I mean, if you have an opinion on something, be prepared for the ramifications and the collateral damage that's going to be with those comments that you make and for making a stand. I mean, we look at Charlie Kirk here. Obviously, the ultimate price was paid there. We saw Jimmy Kimmel. He had an opinion and he lost his gig. So, I mean, if you have an opinion, man, be prepared for the collateral damage that could come with it. But for a guy like you that's in the industry, how do you see what's going on over these last 10 days here with both what you've seen with Charlie Kirk and also what you saw last night with Jimmy Kimmel?
You don't never want to see nobody get murdered because of their opinion. That to me is tragic. No matter how you look at it, somebody who has an opinion and you get killed over it. Like, that can happen to anybody. That can happen to any one of us. So that's crazy. But also, you don't want to see nobody get fired over their opinion either. People should be able to say what they feel. And comedians, we used to give them a space where they can go into these controversial areas and try to make sense out of it, just try to make us laugh or whatever. So, in some ways, freedom of speech has always been under attack, and it continues. People, some people don't care about the facts; they only care about their feelings, and we believe in facts over feelings. So we just got to fight for what we believe in.
Boy, I'll tell you, you go back to listen to those NWA tracks that you had. I mean, if anybody fought for freedom of speech and the First Amendment rights to do what you want, Uncle Luke is my boy. And Uncle Luke, I'll tell you what, I used to do security for him, and I'm doing security for the guy. And this guy would get off the stage, and Cube, he's getting arrested for the words that he's saying on stage. And me and the Hurricane guys are watching this, and we're going like, that can't be right, man. So somebody that's been in the game like you, man, it must impact you a lot more, especially since you've been fighting for your First Amendment rights since you've been putting out the plastic, right? Right?
Yeah, no doubt. It's a continuous fight. There's no reason, there's no time to rest. it's a very sensitive world. And, just because it's sensitive, that doesn't mean it's not up to hear what it needs to hear when it needs to hear it. We can't turn into a world where, we can't speak the truth and we all, turn into robots. No, thank you.
Couple last questions here for you, Cube. I emailed Adam Silver and I said that I was getting you on, and he goes, "What's going on now? Ice Cube still mad at me?" I go, I never heard Ice Cube say he was ever mad at you. No. I said the only thing he's mad at you about is that you're stealing his idea. And he goes, "I'm not." And I've known him because I went to school with his wife in Connecticut, so I knew his wife. She went to the same high school as me. And so we've been friends for a long time. He goes, "We're not taking his idea." I go, "I don't know, man. I watch your three and I watch the Big Three, man. I see the same thing." You think that ever comes together where you and the NBA ever get on the same page?
We would love to. I have no hard feelings with Adam. I know, for him, it's business. He has to look out for his interests. Of course, I have to look out for my interests, but I don't believe we're, worlds apart. I think we're very complementary to each other. I think there's a lot that, of course, the NBA could do for the Big Three. And I think there's a lot that the Big Three can do with the NBA and for the NBA, and to help, grasp the culture like they, once had a hold of. And so, I just think, we shouldn't let hard feelings get in the way of such positivity. And how many people and players and, the whole ecosystem of basketball could really benefit from us coming together and not trying to do this separate.
All right. I got a last one here for you. I know you knew Al. I knew Al. I worked for Al Davis and Amy Trask is both one of our dearest friends. And Tom Brady bought a piece of the pie, man. I could see Ice Cube with a piece of the pie, the Raiders one day, man. I mean, could you imagine that? A piece of the pie for the man who wore Raider gear back in the deal. I mean, Cube, is that ever on the horizon for you, man? They're now opening up the doors to have some percentage owners now, and with equity companies go in there and try to do it. Would you ever think about doing something like that?
Nah. I love being president of the Raider Nation. It's a beautiful position to be in. It's a lifetime term, so I prefer to be a fan and to cheer and not be part of the business. I wish everybody luck. I think Tom Brady coming over could help. I think we got to try everything at this point. And so, I'm looking forward to them, righting the ship, getting everything back where it's supposed to be. And, I'll continue my position here as the president of the nation.
All right. I want to sneak one last one in on you here. Give me your favorite Raider of all time. I knew all these dudes. I knew Alzado like you guys did. I knew Matuzak. I knew all these guys from back in the day, Art Shell and Gene Upshaw. I worked for Gene. He was the Players Association president at one time. Who is Ice Cube's favorite Raider of all time?
Marcus Allen.
Why Marcus Allen? Him and Al kind of like had that whole Bo Jackson deal. Why Marcus Allen?
I mean, he's from, he's from Diego.
Yep.
He played for SC. He brought a Heisman Trophy to SC. And, he played for the Raiders in Los Angeles. He never played for the Oakland Raiders.
That's
and
right.
He brought a championship to Los Angeles, the first Super Bowl to LA in football. So, I have a special place in my heart for Marcus Allen. To me, he's the top, and he's my favorite Raider.
That's right. He went to Lincoln High School in San Diego.
Yeah.
And then he went on to win. I want to say Rashaan Salam also went to that high school, and he won a Heisman Trophy also. They had two Heisman Trophy guys at that high school there too. Yeah. So Hey man, the movie? You have anything still with Doc Ellis? Are you guys still? You got that on like in the freezer?
Yeah, we're trying to get it. We're trying to get it made. It's an independent movie. You got to find a real baseball buff to cash in for that. So we're still looking for the right finances for that movie, but we still want to make it. We just don't think we can make it with a studio because they'll mess it up.
Absolutely. You tell your kid too, by the way. I know he's a big wrestling fan. You let me know, man. I'm hooked up over there with those WWE guys like you guys are. But Cube, man, continue to tour. Big 3 continues to kill it. You're always a dear friend to us, man. I mean, we're honored always when you're here with us. Thank you so much, and God bless you, brother.
Anytime, Dan. Take it easy.
You got it. The legendary Ice Cube.